Quick disclaimer, there is racial language in one of the quotes within the presentation. I'll not be saying the specific language used, so if you could kindly read it in your head, that would be very much appreciated. Narratives challenge and shape the view of the world. Narratives convey a powerful notion of the quality of life, the attitudes associated with assumptions, as well as the value of resilience to shape and challenge our view of the world. This powerful notions, attitudes, and values can be exemplified in both Stephen Oliver's poem Real and Garth Davis's film Lion. We are able to notice in these texts the way in which society is challenged by the ideology of how another individual's quality of life may differ to their own. Both narratives challenge cultural assumptions, as well as how resilience is the only path in which these narratives are able to challenge the universal view of society. The quality of life is a powerful notion that is embedded within narratives to shape and challenge our view of the world. This notion of the quality of life begins to challenge the view of the world through the sub-notion of equality. Today's society is corrupt and imbalanced when it comes to the standard of living. In some countries like India, children and families are stuck and demonetized in the loop of the poverty cycle. In Davis's film Lion, elements of the quality of life can be exemplified through the perspective of the protagonist, Saru Brearley. In the beginning of the film, both settings are captured through the use of panoramic shots as well as rapid transitions between the two settings to express a comparison between the two settings of Australia and India. This comparison allows the audience to make a clear connection with the quality of life through the way in which the vegetation is represented. Within the image of India, the vegetation looks less alive, symbolizing the grassland as barren in comparison to Australia's vegetation, which looks more alive, symbolizing the coastal region as rich and vibrant, allowing us as the audience to judge the quality of life based off how the images are represented. In other words, the notion of the quality of life can be utilized to challenge the view of the world through the comparison between settings as well as the sub-notion of equality. Similarly, Stephen Oliver's poem Real challenges society to reflect on cultural assumptions and how it can shape as well as challenge our view of humanity. This attitude of cultural assumptions can be seen being addressed in the phrase half-caste, he said to me, that I wasn't one of those real Aborigines. We are able to notice in this phrase that Oliver is being culturally challenged through the use of the phrase half-caste, and how he is being assumed as an individual of different ethnics due to the judgment being made through the physical attributes associated with the color of one's skin. Hence Oliver's narrative challenging the views of society through the attitude of assumption. However, both texts demonstrate resilience towards society, remodeling the perspective of the world, allowing humanity to be challenged by the value of resilience. In both texts, narratives continually challenge the world to shape the view of the world in a positive light, hence facilitating positive connotations that assists the narrative to construct resilience. In Real, Oliver built up resilience through the obscene language used to describe him. These slurs allow society a glimpse into life where those of different backgrounds are looked down upon, making the audience feel a sense of pathos. In Lion, the scene with a close-up shot of Saru arguing with his girlfriend on the side of the road made the audience experience empathy and supportiveness of Saru's journey in finding his true identity.
Do you have any idea what it's like knowing my real brother and mother spend every day of their lives looking for me?
Therefore, resilience can be conveyed through the positive and negative associations to challenge and shape our view of the world. In conclusion, it's highly evident that narratives, whether it be an idea, attitude, or value, can challenge as well as shape our view of the world. Stephen Oliver's poem Real and Garth Davis's biopic Lion have utilized the idea of the quality of life, the value of resilience, as well as the attitude of assumption to challenge and shape the view of the world. Only when we explore other people's narratives do we discover that powerful ideas, attitudes, and values challenge and shape our view of the world.